There are 6 solid reasons to believe that Pakistan might be on the threshold of mounting its next terror attack on India. Remember, no matter how good our defenses, no matter how much we try and plan ahead to intercept or preempt Pakistan, Pakistan finds a way through the cracks because all it takes is a handful of terrorists to breach India's defenses, and then you have an attack like what happened in 26/11. This time could be no different. This is not fear-mongering. We're not trying to alarm you, but there are 6 significant, substantial reasons that we've listed in just the last 24 hours that point to the very real possibility that the next terror attack on our soil from Pakistan could be just around. While the jaish-e-mohammed, desperate for revenge after the Balakot airstrikes on its training facilities earlier this year, has issued a direct threat to Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah, a letter that could be propaganda but cannot be ignored. In a terrifying sign that Pakistan's military has already begun to craft an excuse for the next terror attack on India, its propaganda chief, Major General Asif Ghafoor, has tweeted that India will mount a false flag operation and then blame Pakistan. He follows it with the usual warmongering. And finally, Imran Khan, who has been busy playing victim for Pakistan this entire week in New York City, making the claim yesterday that Pakistan doesn't have the option of a military strike. A clear indication that terror options are still open, especially since he has already warned of another Pulwama. 7 months after the Pulwama massacre by the jaish-e-mohammed, the decks are cleared as we've just shown you. 6 big signs, 6 big alarms, and 6 big signals that Pakistan's next terror attack could be closer than we think. Bureau Report, India Today. And remember, there hasn't been a major terror attack from Pakistan in India in 7 months since the Pulwama terror strike on February 14th this year. And now we've just shown you 6 different angles that provide the possibility that the next terror attack could be just over the horizon. I want to be joined now by Manjeet Sehgal, live with us from Chandigarh, Sunilji Bhatt, live with us from Jammu, Kamaljeet Sandhu with me from Delhi, and Ankit Tyagi, live with me from the national capital as well. Kamaljeet, I want to come to you first. A big terror alert. The jaish-e-mohammed, which, our military chiefs have been telling us, has been reactivated in many ways. Amongst all the other terror alerts, there is this very sinister letter of threat, apparently, to the country's leadership, including the Prime Minister.
Well, if you really closely monitor what jaish-e-mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba have always threatened, it's obviously targeting the Prime Minister, the Home Minister. The security has always been tightened. The SPG, which is around 300,000 in number, is only looking after two families. That one of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his family, and the other is the Gandhi family. So yes, he is very much secure, but these threats are not taken lightly. Remember, the next big Gen X threat is obviously coming from the drone technology,
yes.
And we're still looking at anti-drone technology. We've been told by our sources that there are advanced technologies which are being brought over. India is also contemplating having an indigenous Make in India anti-drone system. But remember, the threat is just around the corner. We've seen what has happened in Punjab. Drones being used to actually send in and ferry weapons and communication hardware. That itself speaks about the level of threat. And this is not just going to stop here, Shiv. This will be utilized at the line of control at the international border. So yes, the ground forces, where they deal with arm-to-arm combat, they deal with the human terrorists. These are machines which are coming in at a low level. So that is the sort of challenges which our security forces need to be prepared for.
In fact, I wanted to bring Manjeet Sehgal in on what you were talking about, Kamal. Manjeet, the drones that apparently have brought in AK-47s, satellite phones, ammunition, grenades, for the Khalistani terrorists in Punjab. That's a very, very disturbing development. We have images of those drones. The police has put on display, the arms and ammunition that were apparently brought in by those drones. Is there an update on that story? Because this is a very, very worrying turn of events. At the moment, it's very difficult to intercept such drones, Manjeet.
You're right, Shiv, but these the cache of weapons and arms and ammunition which were seized by the Punjab police were not only meant for Khalistani terrorists, Shiv, but also for jaish terrorists. Remember, during the first week when arms and ammunition were recovered from 3 terrorists at Lakhanpur border, they were procured from Punjab, which means that ISI is now using Punjab as a dumping ground for arms and ammunition. So not only arms, but also the counterfeit currency and narcotics. All we know is that now drones are being used to ferry the arms, ammunition, counterfeit currency, communication system from Pakistan. So investigations are still on, but ISI sinister designs have been exposed. Now police sources are telling us that the ISI and Khalistani terrorists were planning a big terror strike in Punjab during the Hindu festivals. Besides, some religious and political leaders were also on their target. Their names have been revealed by the arrested terrorists, but the police have not made them public due to security reasons.
Okay, so a big terror attack is definitely on the radar. These drones have been bringing in AK-47s and all manner of war stores, not just for the Khalistani terrorists, but more principally for the jaish-e-mohammed, which brings me to my next question, which is to Sunilji Bhatt, who joins us live from Jammu. Sunil, the terror alert, the orange alert on at least 5 Indian Air Force bases. We all remember how the Pathankot airbase was struck by the jaish-e-mohammed. Now Pathankot, Avantipur, Srinagar, Jammu and Hindar, 5 air bases have been listed by intelligence agencies as possibly vulnerable to a terror strike by the jaish-e-mohammed.
Absolutely, Shiv. This is a very worrying news that has come in, that now the air bases and airports are on the target of jaish-e-mohammed, and that is why an alert has been issued. Because in the past, as you were saying, that Pathankot air base was targeted by jaish-e-mohammed, and now here in Jammu and Kashmir, we have air bases in Avantipura near Srinagar. We have a sensitive airport here in Jammu, which is a defense airport also. So that is why an alert has been issued. But Shiv, I just want to add what Manjeet was saying. Since the abrogation of Article Level 370. The borders as well as the line of control has been sealed. Strict vigil is being maintained by the army at the line of control and BSF at the international border. There is no scope for any kind of infiltration, and there were attempts made by Pakistani terrorists to infiltrate into India, but all those attempts were foiled, and that is why now terrorists are using the international border in Punjab to smuggle weapons. And in the last week we have seen that a truck which was seized near Jammu and Kashmir and Punjab border, weapons were seized from inside that truck, and later on those 3 terrorists who were arrested, they in their interrogation revealed that this consignment of weapons was to be handed over to terrorists in South Kashmir so that they can wreak havoc there. So clearly, Shiv, there is a big game plan of ISI and Pakistani terrorists. Khalistani and Pakistani terrorists are now working together, and they want to bleed India. Now Pakistan, now the international border in Punjab is being used to smuggle weapons. We have seen that drones are being sent to smuggle weapons, and then those consignment of weapons is as per the plans of ISI and Khalistani and Islamic terrorists is to smuggle those weapons to Kashmir Valley so that a major strike can be carried out. Shiv.
That's precisely what the conspiracy is, and those drones cannot be stopped right now. I need to repeat that. And all of this is a pattern, isn't it, Ankit? You know, Ankit also has information about a terror alert that has gone out to 30 cities and several airports around the country as well, Ankit. We know that the festive season is coming up. The pattern fits quite nicely for Pakistan. A nice big terror strike during the festive season is probably precisely what the ISI and the jaish-e-mohammed want to achieve at this point.
Absolutely, and you know, Shiv, we have seen this in the previous years as well, in the terror attacks that have taken place usually in and around the festive season when there are a lot of people in the markets, crowded places, is on the top list of the terrorists. Remember, few days back there was high alert on reports of some terrorists sneaking in from Sri Lanka into Tamil Nadu. There have been boats, abandoned boats, which have been found in Sir Creek in Gujarat area as well. So overall, it looks like Pakistan is looking for a big bang attack, and next 2 days would also be very crucial, because not only are we heading into the festive season, but Imran Khan would be speaking on Friday at the United Nations General Assembly. So would Prime Minister Narendra Modi. For Pakistan to make a big, some sort of the entire globe to look at the Kashmir issue, they would be looking at a big bang attack, a surprise attack of sorts. So this is something which is keeping the security agencies on the toe. 30 cities and specifically 4 civilian airports, including Delhi, Mumbai, are right now on high alert. There is extra checking and security apparatus which has been put in place. In fact, I was speaking to a few of our sources in Delhi police who are already telling us that there is now a 3-phase plan which is being put and deployed speaking to the agencies and taking these threats very seriously. Not only are commandos being deployed in the market areas, but even on the borders of Delhi, a very strict vigil is being kept, Shiv.
A very, very strict vigil. And like I said right at the beginning of this show, all it takes is a handful of terrorists to break into those sealed borders, the sealed city limits and the sealed frontiers of India for the next terror attack to happen. And we know for a fact that Pakistan, facing those stone walls of the line of control, is using the international border and drones. That is how desperate they are to piecemeal bring in arms and ammunition for that next attack. India on high alert. We're not fear-mongering. The next terror attack could be around the corner. Thank you very much to Sunil ji, Manjeet, Ankit and Kamal for joining me on that big story. Well, as world leaders have come together to express their solidarity with India on every international platform, Pakistan's Kashmir plan, we have to tell you, has failed once again. Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan has admitted, he's actually admitted that no country was willing to question India on Kashmir. Well, there's a reason for that, Imran. The admission of failure on the Kashmir rhetoric came after the Pakistan Prime Minister failed to get any assurance from US President Donald Trump over mediation in Kashmir. Imran Khan told Pakistani journalists that he was very disappointed after he was not able to muster any international support on Kashmir. Well, this comes even as Imran's agenda against the Modi government failed miserably in New York City. His anti-Modi rant was snubbed as every world leader stood with Prime Minister Modi at the United Nations.
To be absolutely frank, I am a bit disappointed by international community. I'm disappointed first because, if 8 million Europeans were put under siege like this for 50 days, or Jews were put under siege, or Americans were put on siege, well, forget Americans, even 8 Americans were put under siege, but I'm talking about any other. I mean, would the reaction have been the same?
And we've got breaking news coming in. Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar has hit out hard at Pakistan. Jaishankar has said India has no problem talking to Pakistan, but it has a problem talking to Terroristan. Hard words from India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. He says Islamabad has created an entire industry of terrorism to deal with the Kashmir issue. This ties in completely with our big breaking story at the top of 5 p.m. on the 6 big reasons to believe the next Pakistani terror attack could be around the corner. S. Jaishankar says India has no problem talking to Pakistan, but it has a problem talking to Terroristan. This ties in with the Modi government's policy that talks and bullets cannot go hand in hand.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.